head down to Melbourne now to take a look at one half of the Melbourne Derby. We're going to go with the Melbourne City side of the Derby. Some of the notable inclusions: Aideen Keane, Devon Jackson, Danielle Turner, and Ellie Wilson, who's made the move over from Melbourne Victory. Some of the notable outs include Rihanna Poletti, who is headed over to the Melbourne Victory, Mariana Speckmeyer, Lourdes Bosch, and TJ Vlanich. But they have kept a lot of their squad as well. Caitlin Carrick, Leah Davidson, Letitia McKenna, Holly McNamara, Rebekah Stott, Melina Mears, Taylor Otto, Melissa Barbieri, Shelby McMahon, Alexia Apostolakis, Laura Hughes, Briley Henry, and Carly Ross back in some of the notable re-signings. So they've kept a significant portion of their squad, Burke. They're sort of rejigged, I guess, sort of like the edges of the squad a little bit to sort of make it more complete. Maybe the way Matriciani wants to play a little bit more. We saw towards the end of last season that Rihanna Poletti essentially got frozen out of the squad, and I think that showed best, and I use best loosely there, in their final of the Asian Women's Champions League, where they've gone into extra time, and the game was just screaming out for Policina to come off the bench, and Matriciani did not blink at all, and Melbourne City went on to lose the shootout, and so it came as no surprise a few weeks later when it was announced that she was leaving.
Yeah, it's a huge loss for the club and for the fans, but it's, I guess, not a loss in the coaching sense because Mitrigiani, for whatever reason, clearly didn't um, want to utilize Policina, and she's done her what she should do and gone somewhere that is gonna, um, you know, utilize all of her skills and talents. But yeah, Melbourne City are still, you know, huge team, huge squad, as always. Definite threat to everyone and everything. If you have silverware available, they are coming for it. Whether or not they will lift it is a different story, but they will. They are looking for it.
Yeah, so they finished last season as A-League Women Premiers, qualifying for the AFC Women's Champions League for a second season in a row, back-to-back premierships for Melbourne City. They didn't make the A-League Women Grand Final. Controversial circumstances aside, they were beaten by the Central Coast Mariners. You know, you can argue whether they deserve to go through or not, but they were beaten by the eventual champions, the Central Coast Mariners. They lost the final of the AFC Women's Champions League to Wuhan Jiangda, as previously touched on. They're going to be gunning for all three trophies this year, Burke. Where I guess I'll look at it this way. I'll go into my burning question here, which is how many trophies can they win?
Three. Can is a different word to will.
that is that is fair, and yes,
They
can and will
can.
are two different things,
They can win three trophies. They're more than capable of winning three trophies. It's just a case of will they? Yeah,
which I think leads
will
nicely
they?
into your burning question, which is will they manage to win the championship, and are they able
Yep.
to lift the Asian Women's Champions League trophy?
And I think my answer is the opposite to what I gave as an answer to your question. They can. It's up to them if they will. I, they've kept a lot of their core. They've only lost a few players, which, like a few of their like starting players, which I believe they would have gotten money for as well because they were in contract most of them. Lourdes Bosch and Speckmeyer, I believe, both at least had a year left.
Yeah,
Um,
they were transfers, yes.
so yeah, they haven't lost that much. I think the signings that they made are interesting, as well. But I think I would love them to win the championship finally, mostly because they've been right on the cusp of it for the last two seasons. Um, so them finally doing that would be nice to see. Um, and yeah, they were obviously right on the edge of winning the Asian Women's Champions League as well. So they can, will they? We, we don't know.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to go with what friend of the pod, Marissa Danik, said last year in our season preview. I think they're going to win two of the three trophies. Don't ask me which ones, but I think they can go two of three. They ended up going one of three last year, which
Mhm.
was just a premiership. I think they can go two of three this year. Don't ask me which ones though.
I think I said last year that it'd be really funny if they did all three, and I'm going to say it again. I still think it'd be really funny if they did all three. Just winning a treble before Sydney FC can, like that. That would be really fun.
We have a new biggest team in the country, and they reside in Melbourne.
Yes,
God
they
help us
do.
all.
Yes, they do.
Um, and then your player to watch.
My player to watch, for Melbourne City, it's hard. It's hard because there are a lot of really good players, but I think I'm gonna have to say Rebekah Stott, Melbourne City's captain. She is the heart of that side, maybe aside from Bubs. Yeah, you look at the back line and you see Rebekah Stott's there. Oh, it's all right. They'll be fine. Doesn't matter. It's okay. If something bad happens, it's never her fault.
Yeah,
Yeah, Stotty,
for me, I'm very much going to go with the cop out entity. I think it's Holly
yeah,
McNamara.
as
I
you should.
she signed a 1 year deal with Melbourne
Yeah.
City to stick around for one more year. I was surprised she didn't try to test
Mm,
going overseas last year. Maybe she just didn't get any offers, which is a distinct possibility. I don't know what's happening with agents and everything behind the scenes. Um, but I also want to see her just put together a complete season for Melbourne City,
yeah,
which I think could have been part of the reason why she didn't move overseas last year. Um, however, I will say on a caveat to that, I would not be surprised in the slightest if she leaves in January or February. Like, I would not be surprised if she leaves before the Asian Cup, midway through the season, gets a transfer offer, plays out the Asian Cup, and then links up with a new side after the Asian Cup is done. Um, but it could also just be a case of I think that sort of more puts that in the target of the NWSL than say
yeah,
perhaps anywhere in Europe where they'd want her for the back half of the season, whether that's a relegation fight, whether that's a title push, um, or anything like that. So it would be an NWSL move or something similar if that scenario were to eventuate. But yeah, I don't see Holly McNamara being in the league beyond this season, and the fact that Melbourne City won't get a transfer fee for her is almost criminal.
yeah. It's a bit tragic in that sense, but I am very happy we're at least getting one more year of Holly McNamara right here. Well, right here at Casey, but whatever. It's close enough. Right here.
Here in Australia,
Yes.
if you enjoyed our Melbourne City preview, you can have a look at the rest of the previews by clicking on the playlist here.